Hi there, I'm Greg Levine. I'm managing editor of Firedog Lake, and this is the party line for April 22nd, 2011, Earth Day. And because it's Earth Day, I know that the question on everyone's lips is, got milk? No, not the question on your lips? Well, maybe it shouldn't be. I mean, I personally, I don't got milk. I don't have milk. I haven't bought milk in a couple of weeks, actually. And while I don't say no to it in a coffee or tea out of the house, I have no desire right now to drink a great big glass of it. And why is that? Well, remember a couple of weeks ago, I did a little talk about, in the wake of the earthquake and tsunami in Japan, how disturbing I found it that President Obama felt the need to reassure the country and perhaps a certain key corporation that nuclear power was going to be part of America's energy future. And it got me to wondering if the administration and the federal government was so nervous about the political fallout from the Fukushima disaster, then how am I to trust them in dealing with the information about the actual fallout, the radioactive fallout from the nuclear crisis? And that got me thinking. I mean, obviously, first and foremost, again, the crisis is in Japan, and I am sick daily thinking about what those people in the area immediately surrounding, and by immediately I mean like 50 miles around, surrounding the Fukushima reactors are. But there's also fallout that is drifting across the Pacific Ocean, around the world, landing all over North America in amounts, sometimes measurable amounts. How they're measured, why they're measured. This is what I wanted to find out. It's like, I wanted to know what effect was all of this going to have on me, my life, and what should I do about it? What should we do about it? What should my family do about it? So I took to Googling, and I got very frustrated. It's actually very hard to first find the places on the internet where you can get reliable, real-time data about the exposure to radiation in various parts of the country. And once you get there, you've got all kinds of other problems. I mean, first and foremost, hard to trust exactly what's coming out of TEPCO, the Tokyo Electric Power Company, and Japan, whether it's the whole truth and timely truth. But even that, then there comes the issue of where do you go to find out about what is happening outside of Japan vis-a-vis the fallout. And once you find those sites, how do you process the information you get there? Can you find sites that break down the different components of the fallout? Like, there's just different concerns you might have between whether you're being exposed to radioactive iodine or radioactive cesium, very different half-lives, different places they concentrate in the body, stuff like that. And then there's also the issue of just simply trying to process it. How does it enter the food chain? Does it bioconcentrate? Is your exposure something that should be measured as an acute immediate risk, or something that's going to take place over time? Because of course this is not something that's being resolved quickly in Japan, and so we're going to be seeing varying levels of something, I assume, for months. Well, I assume. And that's the issue, because, you know, again, the information is disparate, and it is technical, and in some cases sketchy. And to further complicate matters, it's not singular. I mean, the government doesn't speak with one voice on this subject. The EPA has different standards than the FDA, and there are reasons for that, but they're not reasons I can tell you about in like 15 seconds. And experts across the field, even ones who don't have necessarily an investment in the nuclear industry, and you have to be wary about that too, because a lot of them depend on grants. Even experts separate from that don't agree on these subjects of what to do behaviorally about exposure. In fact, some of them don't even agree on whether you should be doing anything behaviorally about exposure. And so with all of this facing me, us, me, I mean, what's a blogger to do? Well, in this case, what a blogger does is he makes a new page. So I'm here to announce, welcome you to, and usher in the grand opening today, Earth Day, of Firedog Lake's Radiation Nation. Radiation Nation is a page, is a place, I hope, where we can bring together all of the disparate information, the posts that we've done here so far, and big hat tip to folks like Scarecrow and Toby and Kirk and Lobster, who have all done really good work on related issues to this so far. Work by other people who are not on our site to find links to the sites where you can find some tracking of the fallout, government sites where they try to assess or explain your risk, journalists who are following different parts of the story, people working at various universities across the country who have taken it upon themselves to sort of monitor or assess the risks. Basically, I want to have a discussion where I can take all of this frustration and turn it into information. And I want to do this with the people I have on hand, with you, part of the Firedog Lake community, and with experts that we all can help bring in. And I want to put it all in one place where we can sort of digest it, process it, and at the end of this process come up with, if not all of the answers, at least better questions about what is happening and what we should be doing in response to it. And I don't want to encourage panic. It's not really my nature, but I do want to encourage the pursuit of information. I want us not to be doomsday and nihilistic about it, but I also don't want us to be sort of nonchalant and, oh, whatevs, nothing I can do about it. I want us to see if there's things we can do personally or whether there's actions we can take, and I want to do all of this as part of this project, Radiation Nation, here at Firedog Lake. So in the coming days and weeks, and who knows, maybe longer, I'm going to bring in people, journalists, university professors, experts, activists for live chats. They'll post, we'll put up some papers. I'm going to have this Radiation Nation page. There'll be a link in the rather lengthy post you'll see attached to this probably already too lengthy video. And there I'll explain more about the project and what I hope to do and what you can help us do, and we'll all engage in this sort of pursuit of knowledge, and in the end hope to come out with a better understanding of what is happening directly related to the Fukushima disaster, radiation, fallout, and whether we can take any action either personally or globally to get to a better place, to learn and grow from this situation. And honestly, that's what this site is all about, right? That's what doing this sort of thing is all about. I mean, that's the most exciting part of it. So join me. Join me today and in days and days following as we all try to figure this out on Firedog Lake's Radiation Nation. And that will be the party line for today, Earth Day, but it'll also be the party line for many days to come. Thanks.